Rising Storm 2 Vietnam is a first-person shooter that's set during the Vietnam War. Wanna know what else is set during the Vietnam War?
Bubba was my best good friend. And even I know that ain't something you can find just around the corner.
Pretty much everything that caused modern America. Anyways, the game released a year ago on May 30th of 2017. It's a nice little shooter that has a thriving community and all that. 6 playable factions: the United States and the Marine Corps, the Australians, the Armed Forces of the Republic of Vietnam, also known as the ARVN, People's Army of Vietnam, also known as the PAVN and North Vietnamese Army, and the National Liberation Front, which is pretty much the actual official name of the Viet Cong. And in my opinion, the game's pretty good. But in this, we're not just talking about the game. Oh no, we're talking about something better. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Gameplay Overhaul Mutator mod. A mod that was made for this game to increase factions, content, and gameplay changes. Check it out. So essentially what this mod does for gameplay changes is pretty much changes up the gameplay from base RS2. For example, in the base game, both North factions are more identically the same, gameplay-wise. You make a tunnel for your squad, you go on with your life, along with equipment, commander abilities, so on and so forth. This mod just changes it up a bit with the factions as some change of pace for the game. For example, there's 2 factions now for the Viet Cong, the local Viet Cong, which has a variety of bolt-action rifles, homemade pop guns, and a lot of traps, essentially acting more guerrilla than anything, while the main Viet Cong force acts differently, exactly like base game. While the PAVN in this mod allows you to spawn on the squad leader, though in some maps it glitches where you do need a squad tunnel to spawn people in. I'm not sure how that's going to be fixed. Along with the squad leader, also along with this, the PAVN have more modernized equipment than the 2 other factions, allowing them to challenge the West in unconventional warfare. Well, almost. There's only one thing I nitpick about this, is how people are still acting like the douchebaggeries of the base game, and only used a full auto on a weapon like it's the Bible, instead of going semi-auto and actual usage. Only to flank around and meme the other team because they got that cheeky kill feed. I swear, sometimes the cuntiness of these people could rival the scout.
Yo, heads up!
Base Rising Storm 2, you can customize your character. You can in this one as well. Well, but here there's loads of more customization options, all of them being accurate to the Vietnam War with what troops did wear during that time and era. With that being said, as all of these options are pretty much supposed to be accurate as possible to the Vietnam War, you're going to find one that's low-key racist towards any race, like the Vietnamese or anything like that. Now, I'm going to say this. Pretty much, this is trying to portray the war as accurate as possible, even with customization options. Well, not really trying to portray it as accurate as possible, then this mod wouldn't have been around, but I mean, like, customization options trying to portray it as accurate as possible to what troops actually wore during the war. So, the creator isn't racist or anything. Don't think of him like that. He is actually a pretty decent guy. That being said, if you're really easily offended by such, then I don't think this game is meant for you and your feelings.
Bitch.
Like I've already said, there's more factions added into this mod. The ones I've already said are 2 variants of the Viet Cong, but there are also 2 variants of the North Vietnamese. There's a jungle variant, which is pretty much just them wearing green, and a urban variant that's just them wearing tan. There's also other factions as well, like the U.S. Special Operations Unit and the ARVN Rangers. The developer's roadmap also indicates mixing U.S. with ARVN forces and the Montagnards. I don't know how to pronounce that, nor do I really remember what they did in Vietnam. And Also, South Korean forces are also hinted on this roadmap. Each new faction has their own distinctive looks, except the Viet Cong ones. Sadly, those all look the same. U.S. Special Operations, where Tiger Stripe, the United States Marine Corps, can now have olive drab, along with their ERDL camos, Highland and Lowland. And the Arvin Rangers have a wide variety of camouflages to choose from ERDL to Bao Dong. I don't know what the other one is. But yeah, it's a large variety of camos that the Arvin can use and all that. About that content, the server I'm playing on is the only one that has the mod running, and sadly, I think they broke the new weapons and everything, because everything is, well, the weapon selection is literally just everything you can get in base game, just that there's just reskins, and some of the functions of the mod still work. It's just that there isn't really any new content because they didn't want to add in the local VC, the people that are running the server. My final conclusions on this mod is, it's good. It's a good mod. I can't wait to see it progress in the future. Sadly, the only server that's playing this is a server by the name of PowerBits, GOMHZ1, I think. It's generally full. It's an EU server, so if you're from North America, you're gonna have terrible ping. If you're wondering if there is a server in North America for this mod, there isn't, because the North American community isn't really into the modding scene right now, because there is a flourish of content heading their way from the developers of Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, which is also probably the reason why this mod doesn't see a lot of people play it, because there's a lot of content being flushed into the new game. So, yeah, if you want to try this out, like I said, this server is called PowerBits. PowerBits Gaming, GOM HZ1 or something. I don't know. Just look for PowerBits and look for GOM abbreviations on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I also have a nitpick with how this server has the mod running, because I really want to see the custom weapons again. I loved it when the server had the custom weapons, but sadly, I think the only way that'll work is if we had the local VC. We do not. We only have the main, so I think that's what broke the mod for the server. Final rating is 1 Special Operations Unit in the Jungle out of 10.
It's completely soulless.
Gameplay Overhaul Mutator mod.
Has no heart or emotion put into it.